Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. I, of course, am with Originator Success here with your daily rate lock conversation in a place on the web where you guys get to be part of the conversation. Appreciate you joining me. Remember, you can join me live each and every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching the replay, do me a favor, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. If anyone happens to see this on YouTube, let us know. We're just messing around with putting it on that channel now. So either way, don't forget to smash that like button, tag a fellow friend, share us in the group. If you are on Facebook, subscribe. Guess I got to start saying that as well. Remember, you can go ahead and sign up for our written email lock advice to your inbox each and every morning, www.ratelockadvice.com. You can get that each and every day. I send it out before I do this here. So, for example, let's throw it up on the screen. This is what that looks like. If you want to sign up for that, get that to your inbox each and every day. You can also sign up for our text alerts, www.ratetextalerts.com. You can't beat them. You should join them. Last but not least, check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Although I love talking about rates and pricing each and every day, what we do here at Originator Success is help you to get loans from Google and social media. You need to have a super strong online presence right now in this market, generating reviews, etc. Check us out and learn more about that. So look at those cool little things that's popping up there now. Look at that. I see it on YouTube. Oh, it's a little YouTube-y thing. This is new for me. So anyway, so great to have all of you here. Good morning, Ron Siegel, Tiana Rogers. Great to have you here as well. Scott Menser. Who else is here this morning? Say hello. Let me know that you're here. And I'll look at the chat and see. We got Monica Dinkins in this morning. Thomas Wolf. Good morning. I think I got everybody here. So look at that. Look at that. Let's see. Is there anybody? No, nobody showing on my YouTube thing yet. I can see the little, if I click in the screen. Anyway, so, sorry, y'all. Just having a little, this is a new toy for me. So get and play, take it out and play with it. So, all right, my friends, let's start off with the recap. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Allison Foy. So here's a recap. Yesterday, mortgage bonds ended the day basically flat on the day. In fact, let me go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit for you. Sorry, I got to whenever I do that, it always wants me. I got to refresh the page. All right, should have had this ready. Anyway, here you go. We take a look right here in between these dotted lines right here, right here. You could see it was really almost flat on the day. You could see where we ticked up last week. Here was Friday. We had Thursday. We had Wednesday. Saw a lot of improvement up through those few days. You can see it here on the Japanese candlestick chart. We had a big jump. Yesterday, you could see that there was move up, move down, but we ended the day flat. So yeah, there's no candlestick here. That's because we basically ended the day at exactly the same level as we started it. So we had lost a little bit of ground early and then kind of recovered and dropped a little bit, but not much. Really not in a position to see lenders reprice. A couple of wholesale ones do, but they reprice every time a mouse farts. So this morning, mortgage bonds down 2 basis points to start the day. This whole track that we're kind of flat here, this confirms that we're unlikely to see rates continue lower from here. Remember, we would need to see this line continue to move higher. It's unlikely that we see that from here. As far as rate sheets go today, rate sheets should likely be flat. Although we're off the best levels that we had on Friday here, when you saw some of the best rates, when you look at, say, Mortgage News Daily, we go to mortgage rates, right? And then here, hold on, let me pop this here, put this up here. All right, so 7.48. It's a little bit higher than the 7.38. We were about 7 3/8, up to about 7.5. It's about 1/8 of a point worse than where we're at the best levels on Friday, but still 7.5. We would have taken that almost any time in October. We did not see that any time during October. So, we're kind of dialed in on that. As far as repurchases today, it's moderate. A couple of things that you want to be aware of this morning. We're going to have we have a lot of Fed officials. So let's see, what am I looking for? Look for here. What's going on today? Here you go. Coming up, U.S. trade balance, consumer credit data is on the slate. That's not really going to have too much of an effect. There's a slew, as they say here on Bloomberg, a slew of Federal Reserve officials speaking. That's already started. We've got Neil Kashkari, Austin Goolsbee, Christopher Waller, Lori Logan, John Williams, all speaking. Tomorrow, the big dog, Jerome Powell, will be speaking. So a lot of Fed speaking, and that could kind of tweak markets up a little bit. In fact, if we take a look at this, looking at the kind of where we are expected to see for for rate hikes in December. This has crept up a little bit. Remember, it was down below 10% yesterday. Back up 15% today. Not a lot to worry about, but we definitely want to keep an eye on those Fed futures, see if markets are shifting. Right now, January expecting to see that Fed funds rate stay at 5.25. March expecting also to be at 5.25. But there's some speculation that we could start to see some weakness that could lead to some cuts by there. May, though, barely. Remember, this was up a lot more yesterday. So we're barely seeing markets kind of expecting that we could see that first price cut by May. Much stronger in June, though. Then, now it's 42%. And only 22% expected to be at 5.25. What's up, Einkorn? Haven't seen you in a long time, my friend. Good to see you here. So anyway, we want to keep an eye on this. This is what's going to give us direction on where mortgage rates are headed. If markets start to expect that the Fed is going to cut rates sooner, then we will see mortgage rates improve a little bit. If we don't, then that's going to change. So the outlook is that rates are likely to hold the level that we're at and stay near here. Again, right now we're down a whopping 3 basis points. This 10-year Treasury yield, 4.61, almost exactly where it was yesterday. All right. So we're likely to see rates hold these levels, but it's not likely that we're going to see them really move lower from here. As far as the rest of the data, like what we've got the rest of this week to keep an eye on, we want to keep an eye on these Treasury yields. The Treasury is going to jump back over to Reuters here. Treasury sells 112 billion of new notes and bonds this week. Einkorn, you've been lurking? All right, I got you. Einkorn, my Facebook post this morning should be up your alley. In fact, here, I was explaining, my son got a property tax bill in North Carolina for his business property. So he owns a landscaping business and he owns equipment, and you pay property tax on that equipment. And I was explaining to him how the government raises taxes and all the different levels of government that take your money, and how you get taxed on income, and then you get taxed on what you spend, and then you get taxed on what you own. So you get taxed when you earn it, you get taxed when you spend it, and then you get taxed when you keep the things you bought with it. Taxation is theft. Oh, man. I don't mind paying my own fair share, but anyway, the Treasury selling 112 billion in new notes and bonds this week. Remember, we had that refund auction announcement last week. That was a big deal. So we want to see what the appetite is. Normally, a 3-year Treasury auction, not a big deal. However, markets are going to be watching then they get taxed when you die with it. Exactly. It's we don't normally worry about a 3-year bond auction or 3-year note auction. However, markets are going to be watching it. Tomorrow we get the 10-year. They'll be watching that one for appetite, and the 30-year is the following day. So, that's going to be just worth watching a little bit, if you will. Other than that, the lock advice remains what it has been, guys. Because we are here, you could see this flattening out here. You can see it in all the charts. We've seen the same thing. If you look at the candlesticks here, we're flattening here. The chances of seeing significant improvement or even small improvement from here is not that big. If we were to have a really good inflation number next week, that CPI inflation number, that's really the only thing. It's going to be on the 14th. So it's a week from today. That's the only thing that can really give us a bump. And I don't know that we're going to see that. Otherwise, what we could start to see is some more pullback from after you see such a stellar epic week like we had last week. Much more likely that we see bonds lose a little bit of ground. The fact that we're holding steady is a great sign. If you do float, you got to have a high risk tolerance. Make sure you talk to the consumer. Otherwise, for my own personal loans, I would be locking everything right now. And again, I don't originate. Let's be clear. When I say my loan, I'm thinking about, like, if I were buying something, I'd be locking right now. And I love to float. I really love to float. I'm a gambler. I just don't see it right now. So that's my advice. I would lock anything closing less than 30 days. It's just not worth the aggravation and sleep. Manny also says lock them up. And that's about it, y'all. So anyway, make sure you guys join me tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Curious look, I got one person on the Originator Success YouTube channel. What? If you're on the YouTube channel, just go make a comment so I know who you are. That's going to be new for me. I got to play with that a little bit. So we're on Facebook. We're going to be pushing on YouTube. We're going to be promoting the show a lot heavier and getting a lot more people to watch. So anyway, that's it, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Let's hope today is a quiet day. But again, do be careful because that reprice risk is moderate. A lot of Fed officials out there talking today could shake things up a little bit. Monica's got her loans locked up. Manny agrees about locking them. So thanks, y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic one. Bye-bye.